What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you see a Patreon account. You click, you become a member. All you got to do is try to recommend movies and music and trailers from me react to. So click the link. Now, with that being said, we are here today to just go ahead and give you guys a whole overview of Moon Knight season 1. Now, going into the show, I was very hyped about Moon Knight because he's not your typical Marvel cinematic character. He's a little dark. He's a little brutal, and he's kind of more of the R-rated category. So I was kind of interested to see where Marvel was going to go with this, especially being a Disney Plus release. But let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, I think the whole cast did a freaking magnificent job. Oscar Isaac, hands down, did a really good job as Moon Knight and juggling the different personalities that he had. Also, shout outs to Ethan Hawke. He did his thing on the show too. Those two were the highlights of the show. Now, the one criticism I do have for the show is that the CGI did look a little bit wonky at times. The CGI wasn't on point, especially in episode number 1. You can see it with the trees, and also when he was driving the truck, I think it was a cake truck or something, and something fell off the cliff. It looked really, really bad. Also, even though the Moon Knight suit did look tight, I was kind of it's in some scenes it probably just needed to be touched up. It really felt like I was playing like a video game, and I'm waiting for more of a more realistic approach to the CGI. But overall, though, I mean, like, the show was really interesting. At times it did kind of drag, though, I'm not gonna lie. It did come off as kind of comedic, but in a weird way, I think Moon Knight has a lot of similarities to Deadpool, because he has multiple personalities. He could be kind of unpredictable at times. And I really thought it was cool of them switching back and forth between the personalities. And it really shows the range that Oscar has as an actor. Also, Ethan Hawke played a hell of a villain. I thought he was a really good villain, really freaking interesting. And it was cool to see Khonshu, and always guiding and talking shit in the background, where Mark or Steven was doing their things. But like I said, overall, I had a lot of fun with the show. It sucks that it wasn't, even though I knew it wasn't going to be as gritty as I knew it could be. It kind of sucks that they didn't go all the way in with it. Like, I really wish that they would have went all the way in and had them be very bloody and gory. But the fact that the season finale, the ending, the after credit scene kind of, like, I guess, hinted towards a little bit more mayhem and destruction, possibly for season 2. I'm really looking forward to him getting incorporated into the MCU, to be honest with you. The show was fluid for like 6 episodes. It was really good. It was fun to watch. Now, is it like the greatest shit I've ever seen, like, on this for the Marvel Cinematic Disney Plus verse? Let me think. What do they have? It's probably one of the most enjoyable ones. I had fun watching it with the whole the Egyptian mythology, and like, I don't know, the whole background thing was pretty cool. And like I said, he's like the MCU version of Batman, just with like more of a mythological background and actual powers. But is it better? I don't know. I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was fun to watch, but that was like a good buddy cop. That was just a fun show. I think this is a good, it's good for the introduction. All right. I do feel like it's a better introduction to an MCU brand new character that we have never been introduced to. So it's one of the better ones so far. I mean, we haven't had much introductions. I think this is our first Disney Plus introduction to a new character, because we haven't had Miss Marvel yet. She's coming out and that shit looks trash. And then also we got She-Hulk coming out. I mean, I don't know what to expect from that, so we'll see what we get when we get it. And then what's yeah, and that's about it. Like, I mean, Hawkeye, we already know about Hawkeye, but that was just to segue that female character in there. But I don't know, man. Like I said, there's always this. The one thing I will say is the show does have like that typical MCU format. There is the right hand person who's usually a strong female lead. She becomes a main type titan or a type like huge character in this TV show. So we'll see where they go with it from there. But I mean, I have fun with the show. It's a good introduction show, but it's not something that's going to blow me away, something that was going to freaking amaze me, or like, something that's going to just compel me to just like, oh, this is the greatest show ever. None of these MCU shows have been stellar. None of these MCU shows have been like knock you off your feet. None of them so far, So I mean, but this was pretty enjoyable for what it was. Maybe it could have been longer, but I'm actually surprised that it was as fluid as it was in the short amount of time that it had. So kudos to them for doing it. I had fun watching it. So you know what? I'm not even gonna grade this because it's not fair for me to grade it as a series because like what's the point? Like, because I mean, episode by episode basis, overall, like, all right, whatever. Yeah, I will. So here on the Cinema Chop Shop, we grade movies in 3 ways, or TV shows in 3 ways. Count on 3 ways: either get bodied and sent to the bowels of hell, and I tell you your show is trash, homie, or I tell you your show is spared, and that means it's great, terrific, fantastic. Go ahead and watch it, have fun with it. Or you get a big fat meh, and I say your show's mediocre, mas o menos, mid-grade, all that shit. But I want to spare this TV show.
He ain't earned the death. He ain't earned the death at my hands. God's only man, spared by the butcher.
I want to tell you why I did that. The reason why I did that is because this is one of the better introductory. Well, this is one of the first introductory characters that we have. Like, we've never had a Disney Plus show that introduced us to a brand new character. You can't really consider Falcon one because we've already introduced to him. We just finally got some shine time for him. Also, the same thing with Clint. Hawkeye. He got his own TV show, but we were already aware of this dude. This is the first time that we got like a full, straight up solo like show of somebody that we've never had in the series before. So for a beginner thing, I think it's pretty cool, but it really depends on how they're setting this up for the next season, and also how they're setting him up to be introduced into the MCU and to work with other characters. I think that's the part that's going to be really amazing, how he interacts with other characters, how he talks with them, how he chops it up with them. That's the part that I'm looking forward to, but we'll see that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but I have fun with this show. Moon Knight is a dope character. I wish it could have been a little bit more bloody. I wish it could have been a little bit more fighting. There was a whole lot of CGI involved in this damn thing. And I mean, it could have been better, but at the same time, for a beginner show, it's pretty cool. Now, am I saying when I'm sparing it, am I saying that it's like really, really good? Not really. It's like barely on that passing level, like this is like a high C+, and it's watchable because it's something different. I mean, it's the same MCU format, but at the same time, you get a different character in Moon Knight. So like I said, I had fun with this shit, man. It was a cool show, but it's nothing particularly extravagant. I would say wait for season 2, because season 2 seems like it's going to be a little bit more of a wild ride. So let's see where they take it from here. That's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you're having a magnificent day. Adios, homies.
He ain't earned the death. He ain't earned the death at my hands. God's only man, spared by the butcher.